So, of course, my questions are going to be all about spring and what it's like to be a buyer in the springtime.
Yeah, it's
All
wonderful to be a
right.
buyer in the springtime.
Is it?
Yeah,
Okay, you got to tell me all about it, okay? So, my first question is, what is the inventory like in the springtime?
it's going up. So that's like one of the things that you'll love if you're a buyer in the springtime because all these sellers feel like homes sell in the spring. So they all decide to put their house on the market in the spring. And so you're going to have lots more inventory this time of year. In Charleston, what we see is we have more inventory in the month of April than we've had since the beginning of the year. But then it continues to go up in May and June. And we have the peak of selection, the peak of inventory in July. So we're starting to see more and more homes at the market every single day, which is great for buyers.
Awesome. So, lots and lots of open houses then too, right? That I can go to.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
our team's holding 14 houses open every single weekend.
Oh my God.
So if we have 14 open houses every weekend, I know other companies are probably doing the same thing. Maybe they're not as um, aggressive as we are and trying to sell their homes, but I know you're going to see more open houses this time of year. The weather's nice. If you're thinking of looking for a home, it's a good thing to do on a Saturday or a Sunday.
Yeah. Yeah. It sounds like a great thing to do. So, with more houses being on the market, I'm assuming there's going to be a lot more competition. So, what is my competition going to be looking like?
Yeah, it's this. I mean, this is Charleston, South Carolina. We don't live in Oklahoma. So
What does that mean?
all I'm saying is that we have one of the hottest relocation markets on the planet. And no dig, I have no idea what Oklahoma's like. I've never been there. How is it?
I've never been there either.
Oh, okay.
I couldn't tell
Uh,
you.
so anyway, Charleston is just a hot place. Everybody wants to be here. People are relocating here every day. It's 45 people a day from the Chamber of Commerce. So even though there's more selection, it's also the time the buyers come out of the woodwork. It's like so when that hot house hits the market, when it's the perfect one, it could have two offers on it. In fact, we're ratifying a contract this morning for one of our radio show hosts, one of the people that talks about us on the radio, is working with us, and we saw the house on Sunday with him and his wife, and put an offer on it yesterday, which was Monday, and today's Tuesday, and we're going to ratify. But they've had two other offers this past week, so you have to beat them. You got to know there is competition, and so you still have to kind of act with urgency when you see the one you want this time of year because the other buyers are out too.
You kind of answered my next question, which was, can I take my time with making an offer? So you're saying that I need to be very urgent with it. So
Well, yeah, you could. You have to know what you want. So I don't say to be urgent if you haven't decided what it is you want. But once you know what you're looking for, and in the case of our friend, he knew exactly what he wanted. They needed a craft room because his wife loves to paint, and they needed to have a house that was newer. They didn't want to worry about lots of repairs, so it needed to be built in a certain time frame, and it needed to be pretty close to downtown because they love to go out downtown. And he's actually an actor at a comedy show downtown, so they knew exactly what they were looking for. And then when you know it, and you see it, you have to act. You can't then see the house that fits everything you want and then drag your feet this time of year, especially in Charleston, South Carolina. But if you're just starting out, you have no idea what you want, yeah, then don't just buy something quickly that isn't a fit for you. I think that's the trick between acting with urgency when you know what you want versus trying to identify and narrow down exactly what you are looking for.
that's good advice. So what can I expect for the prices then? I mean, there are some people that are being urgent and there's multiple offers on a house, but if I'm taking my time, like, am I okay with price? What is it like?
Yeah. The list price, the sales price, it depends on your price point. In Charleston, if you're looking at houses that are less than 600,000, list price to sales price will be 98% of ask price. So you could count on negotiating 2% off. If it's a $500,000 house, that would be $10,000 in wiggle room on your negotiation. And the $1 million plus houses, we're starting to see them in the 4 or 5% off of asking price. So if you've got a $2 million home, you might be able to negotiate another 100,000 off of that house. Or if it's a 1.7, maybe you'd get it for a little over 1.6 on average. But that should be a good guideline. And if you want to win and it's the perfect house and there is going to be competition, you might have to come in even a little bit stronger than that.
Cool. So it's basically all the questions I have for you today. I'm sure my husband's going to be so excited about going to open houses with me on Saturdays.
Are you going to go? I thought you just bought a house.
I did just buy a house, but you know what? My mother-in-law, she's also a real estate agent, and she's starting to say you should put your house on the market. So we'll see. I know.
Why? What's wrong with it?
There's nothing wrong with my house. We actually it was close to being a foreclosure, and we spruced it up and made it really nice, but we bought it on the cheaper side, got it appraised for a lot more. So
great.
Yeah, so we might, I don't know. We're thinking about it.
Could you cash flow it? Could you hold on to it and rent it and make money every month?
We've also thought about that too.
If you got a good deal and then you got the mortgage for yourself, it's a really good mortgage at a really good interest rate.
Mm-hmm.
That's a hard thing to replicate.
Right.
So if it cash flows, and I'm happy to talk with you about that on another call.
Okay.
Because that's something that I'm really passionate about as well as building wealth through real estate. I know that Frank at Viral Marketing, he told me he has 14 houses now.
That's nuts.
He's awesome, and it's just been one at a time. And,
yeah,
but you've got one right now.
Yeah,
it could work out for you.
It could. We'll see, but we should definitely talk about that sometime for sure.
All right, Bree. Good to see you.
Good to see you too, Matt. If I have any more questions or anybody else does, how do they get a hold of you?
Yeah, it's Matt at mattoneillrealestate.com.
Cool. Awesome. Well, I'll talk to you next time.
Okay, see ya.